Peter.
Not everyone has a happy ending.
Hey, what up guys, Uncle Jay the 50th here, and thank you for joining me at Jerry at the Movies. Today I am reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man number 2. And a quick note, I am really trying to work on improving these movie reviews. So I'm testing it. So you might see a lot of improvement, and if you don't, that means it didn't work, and I'm gonna be continuing to figure out how I can improve. So, be sure to not watch this if you haven't seen the movie yet, or maybe you just want to, but, it does contain spoilers. So, let's just jump right into it, and grab your soda and popcorn and candy, and let's get started at Jerry at the Movies. So this movie is the sequel to the 2012 Amazing Spider-Man, and it contains some great actors and some great scenes. And in this movie, you know, Spider-Man is faced with some of his greatest challenges yet, and also a choice to save his friend or let him die, and he must decide whether or not he wants to save these people, and if he can, because it's a force greater than he. And so, without further ado, let's jump in right to the ratings. So for actors, I had to give it 1.5 stars. I just felt like some of the acting was not good. Um, First off, Andrew Garfield, I know they were trying to get some comedy aspects into it because he was very sarcastic in the original comics, Spider-Man was. And I just don't think Andrew Garfield is more of a comical actor. I think he is more suited for drama. And so when he's trying to do all this comical acting, he doesn't really do it well. Also, some of Emma Stone's roles, like, you know, Andrew Garfield is so dramatic, Emma Stone really couldn't keep up, and that was a problem. And also, I know Shailene Woodley was supposed to be Mary Jane in this movie, but they actually delayed her, and either to Sinister Six, which I'll talk about later, or The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And so, because it was just too much. Like, they didn't want to have another big actor in this movie. So, that's pretty much it for the actors. I think there's a little flaws there, so I had to give it 1.5 stars. So, for special effects, I have to give it 2 stars out of 3. Let me just get started with the stuff I did like. Electro was freaking amazing. Like, it was really nice. But, some things that they should have worked on is that, like, if Electro I know he can zap himself into a million particles of electricity. That I can deal with. But what I can't deal with is that he had his shirt on when he would reappear. Like, his shirt isn't made out of electricity, so it can't, you know, disappear in a million particles. And also, there's a lot of camera shakiness. Like, that was really bad. I mean, some of it was, like, they're just trying it for effects. But, I know what they were going for, but it just wasn't professional looking. It really wasn't. But that's pretty much it for the special effects. Everything else was done really nicely, especially Electro. Now it's time for the story. This had its ups and downs, but I had to give it a 4 stars total. There's just, like, some shaky parts. And I'm not gonna count out for this, but I don't, like, in the trailer, there's a bunch of different trailers. Like, there was at least, like, 5, I think, released. But in one of them, it had a lot of scenes that weren't even in the movie. what's up with that. For example, like he's on the dad is on Harry or not Harry Osborn's dad was on his deathbed, and Harry's like, what about Spider or Peter Parker, and Osborn is like, not everybody has a happy ending. That wasn't in the movie whatsoever. Same with Harry Osborn showing Peter Parker Oscorp, and he's like, they had you under surveillance. And Peter Parker's like, why? And he's like, I don't know, but it looks like my dad paid more attention to you than he did me. And that's, I really wanted that scene in there, so I was really disappointed when it wasn't in there. But there's just some, like, I don't really like how, I loved how they explained the whole mother and dad story, but I think they did too much of it, to be honest with you. I loved how in the first movie it showed Peter Parker's perspective on like how his dad left and stuff, and I love how in this one it showed the dad's perspective. God, I can't talk. On how it really happened, but I think it just explained way too much. Like it was building up from the very beginning of the first one, and then it just let everything out, and I don't really like how they did that because it, well, I don't know. I just think they should have waited to reveal some stuff at like the fourth movie. Also, I don't. The Green Goblin, I had some problems with that too. Like at the end, he was like perfectly normal again. It's like, no, you're a mutant now. You're gonna stay a mutant. And I love what they did with Electro, but it's just like really he took him down in like 5 minutes. Like the Green Goblin in the first one was he was impossible to take down, and then in here it's just like, oh well, I'm gonna strangle you with a web on a clock tower, and yeah. Also, I don't really like how Gwen died. It's like she just hit the ground and then boom, she's dead. Um, and why would they play classical music during that? Like, they were playing classical music when, like, Andrew Garfield just having, like, a mental breakdown. I didn't really like that. So they should have worked on that some more. But, I mean, you can't have a perfect story. So, overall, I give the movie a 7.5. Keep in mind when you're watching this that this movie was made for kids. Like, it wasn't meant for adults. The directors even came out and said that. And I really don't agree with that because I think that it should be a movie for everybody. But, it was meant for kids. And I think if you keep that in mind, then you will actually have a better experience. Because a lot of it was just meant for kids. One last thing, when he was uploading all the data to Roosevelt, shouldn't like all the data be there? Like all of his research, not just that one video saying, hey, they're out to get me. Goodbye, son. I'm just saying. Think about that one. Also, I'm the only one that felt like when he was standing at Gwen's grave, it kind of like was a complete ripoff of Twilight. There's that scene where it shows all the different seasons and Bella's just like staring out a window. Really reminded me of Twilight. Also, like, what's up with Harry Osborn? Like, his dad, it took him like 60 years to be able to like actually show the symptoms, and then like Harry's freaking like 20, and like he's already dying because that like mole on his neck or whatever that thing was, and it's like really, like you get it like 50 years before your dad did. Also, I really didn't like how they made Harry look like a complete alcoholic. That wasn't nice. Also, huge shout out to Jamie Foxx. I love that whole happy birthday thing he did himself as Matt. He was just amazing. Like, Jamie Foxx did a grade A job. So, I do hope you enjoyed this movie, and I hope you enjoyed this review. So, now let's get into the professional ratings. IMDb gave it a 7.6, and Metascore gave it a 53. Then Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 54% Rotten Tomato. Thank you. Finally, one I can agree with. But now it's time for you to let me know what you guys thought. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what did you like and what did you not like about it? Also, if you want to go see this movie, I will have links down below to Fandango And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, favorite this video, let me know what you thought about it, and let me know how I did in this video, because it really does mean a lot, and what ways I can improve. And if you like this new look for Jerry at the Movies, I think you will. But and I'm still really working on it. And so I think that's pretty much it, and I'm going to wrap this up now. So I do hope you enjoy this, and click right here, there we go, for my prediction video for the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister Six movies. If you didn't know, they were having a Sinister Six movie, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, and then a Venom movie. So there's at least 4 more Spider-Universe movies that they've done. And also a little hint about that post-credit scene, that they're not tying Spider-Man to Marvel. What did I just say? They're not tying it. I'm gonna quit now. They're not tying in Spider-Man to X-Men. What happened is they didn't have a post-credit scene of their own, and they were still under contract with Fox, and Spider-Man is Sony. And so Fox said the only way you can make this movie is if you advertise the next X-Men movie. And so they went ahead and did that as a post-credit scene, because Fox was nice enough to send them a clip from X-Men Days of Future Past, so it doesn't even involve the Spider-Universe. X-Men Days of Future Past, that clip took place like 40 years before Peter Parker was even born. So if you was wondering about that, but I did not think that was the right place for that at all. It was just, it wasn't right. I would have much better preferred like a foreshadowing of X-Men or hints or something. But so yeah, so watch my prediction video, because a lot of your questions that you may have will be in that prediction video. So thank you guys for watching, and favorite, share, do everything, and until next time, guys, thank you for joining me at Jerry at the Movies.
Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, or also hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus for channel updates, and watch some of my other videos. You're the best, guys. Have a great day.